really don't want that job. Usually the negotiations will not be that far away, because if you did your research, it would not be far away. You would know what you're walking into if you do your research and you know what that job is worth in the marketplace. Yes, there are companies that are startups that will pay a much higher amount of money because risk equals reward. But if we're talking about just an established organization, if an HR generalist is getting paid $70,000 or $35,000, if an HR manager is getting paid $100,000, it's going to be either way by maybe $5,000 to $7,000. It's not going to be a big difference because they all talk to each other. It's not a surprise. Your headhunter should really have if you use one, should have real-time intelligence, because the surveys that they get, if you're an HR manager working for company A and you're an HR manager for company B, you're only telling each other what you want to tell them. You're not giving away trade secrets. So it's going to be common knowledge. But do your homework and know the salary bands and know if there are raises in 12 months. Some companies, 14 months. Some companies, 16 months in the economy that we're in. So you also want to find out when you're eligible for a raise. Again, a part of the package. So please, when you get into salary negotiation, be intelligent, do your research, know what skills and abilities you bring to the party, know what the market bears, know that you really want the job, because nobody wants their time wasted. Phone call I just got just now before I came to class. Guy accepted a job. He's supposed to move to Florida. He accepted the job, signed an offer letter. He just said no. He really didn't want the job. And we did our homework. We had a sense of it. He was doing his research and he decided, I must be crazy to move to Florida. I think he's crazy for not moving to Florida. Does anybody have any questions?
Yes, I have a question. You keep saying salary expectations when they ask you what you would work for and stuff like that. You keep saying don't answer them. So what are you supposed to reply? Like you're saying don't give a number.
That's a great question,
So
and I should have added the line that you just asked, so thank you. The lines that I tell our applicants when they go on interviews is that when you have decided that I'm the right candidate, I would be more than happy to entertain a job offer from you. There are companies, my own clients, that pound and pound and pound, and they're just doing it because they don't want their time wasted. And I understand that. When you're being represented by a search firm, that should already be covered. That the candidate knows exactly what the salary ranges are, and they don't mess around on salary. They do play hardball on the packages. But there is nothing wrong with telling the interviewer, the reason I want to reiterate, you should put down what your current salary is. But if they ask you what you're looking for, is when you can say to them, I'm very interested in the opportunity, when you're ready, that I'm the choice, just be happy to entertain your offer. And if they push back twice, you might be boxed in. They do that sometimes.
I have a question, because prior to, I got questions about what salary I wanted, but it was prior to even an interview.
Right.
It was as soon as they received the resume.
Right.
They send an email, can you send back an email with what your salary range is?
Right.
So like, I didn't have the interview.
The answer to that, if they are, again, looking to see you're not wasting your time, if you're sending your resume, you should do your research of what the job is worth. Many times they might put in the salary in an ad. I don't know, I don't use Monster, so I don't know what's there. but it's rare that that these days I think they'll put it in.
Yeah, they didn't.
Um,
They just wanted you.
do your research and give them a range.
Okay, that is what I did. Yeah.
And the reality of it is, they just don't want their time wasted. And I've run into that as well. Even though we do all our screening, there are people that are on shopping trips, which is not quality time for anybody. They want to see their value, want to see what you're worth. You know what? You're going to be on the other side of the desk. You're going to be the interviewer. Don't waste anybody's time by going shopping. Doesn't serve anybody well. There are budgetary restrictions of what they have to follow. And if you sincerely are interested in the job, you'll come to an agreement. If you're out there fishing or want to see what you're worth, do you want to go back to your company and get a counter offer? You're not being very fair to all parties involved, including yourself in your own time, because interviews can take 3 or 4 hours, depending on the level that it's at. Any other questions?
Todd?
Yes, sir.
Several students have selected the topic of the glass ceiling for their papers in this class. In your world, do you see a difference between the offers that men and women are getting for similar types of jobs?
I didn't know we had a glass ceiling, Doctor.
Aha.
It's all about skills. I can attest to all industries. I can tell you from my industry that it is about knowledge and skills. And I would believe that there was a glass ceiling. I believe now that we have, as I said before, dual-income families, the baby boomers that are coming up now. I have a lot of projects now where parents are of anywhere from young children of 3 months to high school kids, and it's creating a whole nother minutia going on out there with people getting jobs and moving and relocating. But I would be very curious myself, in any of your papers, if you could find documented cases, because there are lawsuits, from 2007 forward. I don't really see it. I know it goes on, I hear it goes on. I even heard a comment from a candidate going to one of our insurance companies going, well, I went on the website, are there any women that work there? I'm like, well, the only problem is that they picture all the senior execs, you know, the top EVPs and senior VPs. Unfortunately, especially in my insurance industry, which has been very male-dominated for a long time, and it's really woke up the last 10 or 12 years. And, a lot of gray hair around still. Yes, ma'am.
So my paper is on aging in the workforce. So you
I am.
Are you finding, so you're saying it's all about skills and knowledge. So is that translating to older people getting as many jobs as younger people? Because they've got all the skills and knowledge. Or are they not getting as many job offers because they demand for more money is like?
Oh, the more senior people the demand for salary? No, they're usually grateful. It's not, it's changed a lot.
Yeah. But are companies hiring more older people, or have they not been hiring as many older people? Are you finding?
Depends on what the jobs are. Middle and senior management